Here we are at Daytona for the start of the 2000 season of the IROC Series. On the pole, we have Kyle Perry, and to the outside is Greg Lee. Then we got the 5 of Jeff Gambit, Cynthia Bright, Jonathan King, Dan Bandon, Larry Bouchard Jr. We got Rachel Seep, then Justin Raines, Josh Anderson, Dale Slasman, and Tim Randolph. That is your 12-car field for the 2000 season of the IROC Series at Daytona. Getting set to go green. So here they come off of turn number 4. Pace car, make the left-hand turn to pit road. 10 laps for the Daytona 100th 2000 season. We've had 4 IROC Series races so far. This is our 5th of the Daytona weekend. The green flag is in the air. We're racing of the 2000 season of the IROC Series at Daytona. Dan Bandon made a bold 3-wide move in 1-2. He does it again, except Rachel Seep puts him in the middle. And Seep will be going to the race lead as they come off turn 4. Can the 6 of Justin Raines get to her inside is the question as they come off turn number 4. You see blue skies towards 3 and 4 of the track. Although down the back straight you just see clouds as they come down the front straightaway to the line. I think Rachel Seep led over Justin Raines. He does, but barely. And here comes the 12 of Tim Randolph now to the bottom lane. Has a big push from the 9 Dale Slasman. All 12 cars packed tightly 3x3 in this pack. Down the back straightaway they come. Dale Slasman trying to get enough of a run to get beside Tim Randolph. I think he might have it. Although here comes the 1 car to the bottom lane. Larry Bouchard Jr. He'll make it 3-wide for the race lead. He does get down there and he'll clear the pack. Now can Josh Anderson make a run in that 2 car. Here he comes to the inside. They're getting close back there. We could see our first wreck. We haven't seen a wreck so far in the IROC Series, and it could happen here any point. Jeff Gambit now coming in the 5. He's looking to the inside 3. We see more 3-wide here. I think we have... wow. Greg Lee coming in the 7. See that greenish color car there right behind the orange car 5 of Jeff Gambit. Gambit will move up. Greg Lee will move down to the bottom. And once Lee moves to the middle, that could allow Jonathan King to get to the bottom 3-wide for the race lead. Although Gambit up top has enough of a push. Can he get clear? No, not quite. And Greg Lee does get clear to the bottom lane. He'll be going to the race lead in 3 and 4. Has a push from Jonathan King. Kyle Perry coming back in the 8th. That white car, whoa, close back there between some blue cars. I can't see what numbers those are, but that was close. Jonathan King to the inside, Greg Lee. Almost contact as he made that move. Lee did lead that lap, but King is to his inside, and you can't count out Kyle Perry yet. He's on the back bumper of that 10 car. And here comes Dan Bandon right back after making some bold moves on the first lap. He fell back, and he's back up 3rd on the inside lane. As Kyle Perry moves up, that could allow Dan Bandon to get to his inside 3-wide for 2nd. This is allowing, though, Jonathan King to keep his race lead in that 10 car. Bandon is now clear of the pack. He's going to move up. That allows Justin Raines underneath him. Can Dan Bandon come back down? He does. This could really help Bandon try and catch Jonathan King. We are on lap number 5. 6 laps to go halfway next time by. 3 cars have cleared. Then you got Dale Slasman coming back. It's Jonathan King out front. Then you've got Dan Bandon. Ooh, look at the move there by Justin Raines. Has no drafting help, and I think Dan Bandon will be able to clear Raines before they get into 3 and 4. He does easily, and that's actually going to hurt the 9, Dale Slasman. So he stays to the high side trying to get the draft as they come off turn 4. Who leads at halfway? Jonathan King, Dan Bandon. Right now, the only 2 that can, and I think it's going to be Jonathan King. Dan Bandon does not have enough of a run to get to his inside, and halfway is led by Jonathan King. Here's Dan Band pushing him, and a whole knot of cars behind. I think that's Greg Lee coming to the bottom underneath Cynthia Bright and Justin Raines. Yes, that is Greg Lee going for third. Can he clear and keep that position? He has Kyle Perry pushing him. What that 7 wants is for the 8 to clear as well and come up with him, although I think Lee is safe as they come down the back straight. Yes, he does get in line. He has a run. Can he get underneath Dan Bandon? He made the move. It just did not work for him. 4 to go this time. 3 cars pull away. Then you got Kyle Perry, Rachel Seep, Josh Anderson, Jeff Gambit all in the bottom lane, all lined up. Greg Lee makes the move to block Kyle Perry. Perry moves up to the outside. Shuffling here at Daytona. 4 to go. And it's time to go. Dan Band gets shoved up to the top. Jonathan King still holding his race lead. Rachel Seep is coming in that 11 car. And Greg Lee has the drafting help now. He has Josh Anderson behind him. He has Jeff Gamby. He has Rachel Seep. As long as one of those doesn't make... Whoa! Lee tries to block Seep. It doesn't work. Seep does get to the inside of both of them, Jonathan King and Greg Lee, but Lee will be able to clear. Can he pull down is the question. He does barely. Greg Lee makes a bold block, and it works for him as they enter 3 and 4. And off of turn number 4, Greg Lee with the race lead again at Daytona. He'll lead this time by. Coming to 3 to go, but he has Rachel Seep. 3 wide. Jeff Gammon makes a move to the bottom lane. Cynthia Bright coming in the 3 as well. That's that green car, second in line. Just 3 laps to go. Greg Lee is out front. Jeff Gambit behind in second. Cynthia Bright in third. Tim Randolph up to 4th. We haven't talked about Randolph all day, it seems like. Cynthia going to make the move. No, she has to. She might get put 3 wide middle, though. If Tim Randolph keeps that run that he has, Jeff Gambit stays clear. Cynthia will... No, she couldn't. Tim Randolph did get to his inside, or to her inside, excuse me. Dale Slasman coming back. Also, Justin Raines. Meanwhile, Jeff Gambit and Greg Lee pull away, coming to 2 laps to go this time. And for Jeff to make that move, he's going to need help. 2 laps to go in the IROC 2000 season at Daytona. We've seen 4 amazing races. 2 came down to the last lap pass. That was the 1999 season and the 1998 season. They're wrecking behind. Hard hit. 4 cars into the outside wall. Rachel Seep involved. The yellow will come out. This is for the race. Greg Lee is racing back with Jeff Gambit. Does Gambit have enough for a run? It's not going to happen unless it happens right off of turn 3 and 4. Greg Lee is out front. As they wreck behind, our first yellow in the IROC Series comes in this race with 4 or 5 cars involved. Greg Lee keeps the lead and will win the Daytona 100 of the 2000 season as long as he can make it around 1 more lap. And I think he'll be able to. Hard hits for Tim Randolph, Josh Anderson, Cynthia Bright, Rachel Seep with a ton of damage. They're going to try and finish the race. Well, Randolph, that might not happen. That 12 car is heavily damaged. Seep stays on the track with some heavy damage. Cynthia Bright with some damage. They wrecked in 1 and 2. We were talking about it. We had not seen a caution. And it happens here today in the 2000 season involving 4 cars that were heavily damaged. Tim Randolph does come down pit road. He's going to try and keep it in the race. Although that 12 car pretty much destroyed. Especially front end. He has rear end damage as well. Tough break. Yeah, he will retire from the race. He will finish last. Here's our first retiree of the IROC Series. Yeah, look at the damage for Rachel Seep as well, but she kept it out. And if she could finish, she will finish in the 9th position. Still better than finishing last or 11th. Through 3 and 4 they will come. It's Greg Lee out front. Jeff Gambit was chasing him to the end. It just did not work for him. Dale Slasman ended up 3rd. But it's Greg Lee who is getting all the attention as he comes off turn number 4. He will win the 2000 IROC season race at Daytona. It propels him to the points lead. He's going to try and keep that for the next 4 races. He comes down the front straightaway into the tri-oval. Checkered flag for Greg Lee. He's an IROC Series winner at Daytona in a wild, wild race. Greg Lee wins. Jeff Gambit chased him down to 2nd. Let's see what happened between the wreck. Cynthia Bright, I think, was one of the first to go around. So look at this. Watch Cynthia Bright right here and watch Larry Bouchard Jr. They're going to make slight contact in the left rear quarter panel. That's not good. And I can see Josh Anderson just gets involved. Tim Randolph, some heavy damage. And then Rachel Seat, nowhere to go, nails that wreck hard. That was a pretty hard hit. Let's look at that in real time. And watch the 2-car. Oh, and the 3 got lifted off the ground. My oh my. Moving on board, Cynthia Bright. Let's look at it. As she just got clipped from behind by the one of Larry Bouchard Jr. And this all helped Greg Lee get the victory. He held off Jeff Gambit to win. And as you can see, the finishing results at the left of your screen. Greg Lee wins it. Jeff Gambit ends up second. Dale Slasman in third. Justin Raines fourth. Larry Bouchard Jr. rounds out the top 5. Then you got Jonathan King and Kyle Perry. Dan Bannon, Rachel Seep finishes, and that car was all torn up. Cynthia Bright, Josh Anderson, Tim Randolph, your first retiree of the IROC Series. And as you look, Greg Lee, congratulations on a win here at Daytona. In the point standings, Greg Lee led the most laps, 5. That's half of the race. As you can see, 4 drivers led this race. Jonathan King also leads 3, so he's 6th in points. Larry Bouchard Jr. led a lap along with Rachel Seep. But Greg Lee, the man who stayed out front for most of the race, 5 laps led. He leads the points by 15 points over Jeff Gambit and the rest on down. A wild, wild race here at Daytona. It can only get even wilder as we have 5 more. So this is basically the halfway point. We've done 5. There are 5 more seasons left. The next race, of course, will be the Michigan 100 at Michigan. But we have the 2001 season up next from Daytona. I'll see you guys then.